Literally right after I finished reviewing that really bad Marvel collab pack with Miles Morales and the Green Goblin, we get news through an official Walmart pre-listing that Hasbro is planning to release the Takeratami UX custom set, with the name changed to the Extreme Expansion Pack. Ooh, how raw. And unfortunately, the pack has been nerfed by Hasbro for unknown reasons. For those who don't know, the UX custom set originally released in Takeratami featuring 4 blades, 3 ratchets, and 6 bits, most notably being the first instance of seeing Nightmail, which is a very strong defense type, as well as Talentera, a red painted Tyranno Beat, and blue painted Hell's Hammer, as well as very known ratchets and bits like 160, 770, Point, Ball, and Rush. But unfortunately, this pack went for 5,700 yen, which is like $50 in US, plus imports and shipping, making this nearly $100 to get for us in the West. All just for Nightmail, by the way, but luckily Hasbro has taken initiative and will be selling this to us for $30, which for us in Canada would probably be like $55 or so. But Hasbro, I guess, thought the original set was just too good for the price and severely nerfed the contents down for us and gave us, well, Now the good thing about this is that we are getting Nightmail in Hasbro, which is really good, especially for just $30, and we do get 770, Point, and the blue Hell's Hammer, but unfortunately, Talentera, red Tyranno Beat, the yellow 160, and red Rush are not in this set. Talentera and Tyranno Beat have been replaced for the prize Ghost Circle Blade, which is just freaking stupid! Why are they releasing Ghost Circle again in this important set? Ghost Circle was already released unexpectedly in a dual pack with the reprint of Chain Incendio, and even still, barely anyone wanted that pack because Ghost Circle sucks! I mean, I see what Hasbro were trying to do, keeping the base included as all UX to stick to the theme, but there are a ton of other bays that could have done instead. Phoenix Rudder still has not been released in Hasbro. You couldn't have included that in this pack? That would have perfectly replaced Tyranno Beat. A recolor of Impact Drake or Hover Wyvern could have been good if I can be greedy. Or if you want to stick with Ghost Circle, why not use the green Ghost Circle instead? At least that comes with a Hexa bit that everybody wants. It absolutely does not make any sense. I can probably forgive the exclusion of Talentera since that is a single available in Hasbro already and it sucks, but what the hell were they thinking giving us Ghost Circle again? Especially since this Ghost Circle doesn't even come with its stock parts, which is 080 Gear Ball. Actually, that might be a blessing. The 160 ratchet, that is like one of the most popular parts of the game, has been replaced by 965 and 455. 965 was only just announced as a new part that is coming from the new Clock Mirage UX blade, and we are already getting access to it in the blue color. 455 we actually saw in the Jurassic Park collab pack already, and this expansion pack we get a piss yellow version. And finally, Rush has been excluded from this pack as well, which I don't understand. Yes, the Red Rush was already released as part of the Red Hulk collab pack, and you can easily get the Green Rushes from the Green One Wizard single, but here's the thing. Rush is like the most popular part in Beyblade X. Everyone loves Rush. You can never go wrong releasing more Rush bits. If Rush is in the set, people will buy it. They already were priced out by Rush's original release in the Extreme Stadium. When Green One Wizard was released as a single, everyone bought it out because not only did it have Rush, but it had 160 and One Wizard, 3 amazing top tier parts for just $10. People bought the Red Hulk dual pack because of the Red Rush, therefore having more options to color coordinate with different blades. Also, the more artistic or eagle-eyed players can see that Red Hulk's Red Rush is a less vibrant shade than the custom set one. Out of all the bits that was originally in the custom set, they chose Rush to exclude. Damn you, Hasbro! Metal Needle was kept in here, and nobody, and the rock means nobody, likes Metal Needle. That bit was absolutely a mistake spawned by Satan himself. It's useless, it destroys stadiums where most local scenes banned it because of that, and it provides no actual benefit, and nobody wants it. Should have just removed Metal Needle instead of Rush. Overall, while the pack really should have had better things included, the real value of this is really Nightmail, 770, and I guess Blue Hammer Incendio, and a few of the other ratchets and bits. So there is still value to this pack, do not get me wrong. $30 for this is absolutely worth it. I will give them that, but it really could have been better. But I guess Hasbro logic is, oh, that custom set has way too many good stuff in it that we are selling for way too cheap. We need to shrink it down. It's like having all the rich, delicious spices sitting right in front of you and still going for the cheese. The only huge win for us is that we don't have to pay so much anymore for Night Mail, but even though the pack is still kind of expensive, we are still getting value. However, the lack of the 160, the rush, and the inclusion of a terrible throwaway blade like Ghost Circle replacing actually good blades like a painted Tyrannope still leaves kind of a bad taste in my mouth, and it just makes me scared of what Hasbro has plans for other changes. But the thing about this is that this is not the first time they've done something like this. Locking Impact Drake and Hover Wyvern behind expensive stadium sets, no grips or accessories for launchers, the motorized double extreme stadium coming out not having a Beyblade included is still costing just as much as Takuratami. The direction that we are heading in is getting ridiculous, and Hasbro really needs to pump the money brakes a little before we get even more ridiculous money schemes like Pegasus Blast being a GameStop exclusive, or making $100 shiny base sets, or making Soul Eclipses eventually release the first place prize at Hasbro events. I really need to stop talking before I give them ideas. But let me know what you all think about this Extreme Expansion pack that they are putting out. Me personally, great value, but lackluster delivery of content that could have been better. If you are looking to get Takuratami imports, go to Mall of Toys and use code HaruRenBakuTalk for 5% off your order. Luckily, my new Night Mail is still alive and kicking, and if you can't afford to replace your Night Mail with the $100 set, you are at least going to get a cheaper but worse option.
Damn you, Hasbro!
Oh yeah, and nobody likes Rubber XL.